So this segment, we're going to talk about the new rule of the NCAA, what they approved, and through the years, I've had this conversation with many people that didn't agree on it, people that did agree on it. This was 10 plus years back. I said, one day it's going to happen. People said no because this, and this. But the game was changing so much, especially now, that they have no choice but to do it. Because the medias and the different outlets that the kids have now, they had to open that up for the kids. So we're going to speak on, the different ideas of that. I think it was the NIL, the NI something.
I think it's NIL.
The bill has been passed, so now the kids can make money from, their YouTubes, IGs, endorsements. The NCAA is not paying them, but they can earn money. Like if they have their own camps, they can do their own camps at their college and make money from that camp. But what's your thoughts on it? I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, for me, I think it's long overdue. When you think about it, just in general terms and at the base surface of it, they should have been getting paid. Yeah. If everyone else is allowed to make money by selling tickets, by selling jerseys with their numbers, not necessarily their names, but with their numbers, if they're bringing in revenue for the college,
exactly, they
should be entitled to some portion of it. Now, I've heard the arguments that how do we go down the line and decide what we pay people, but that's been solved. The school doesn't have to pay anybody. They can make their money out on their own. Now, would there be variances between, say you and I were in college? Would there be variances in what you make versus what I make? Absolutely. We're both probably going to be on some different level of some sort.
That's life. Like any job you have, you're going to have the person that makes a lot of money, the person that just came in the entry, or the person that does a lot, and the person that doesn't do a lot. So the arguments years ago for me was, I didn't even think about the endorsement stuff. I was thinking about the NCAA paying them because of how much money the kids bring in.
Yeah.
So my thing was, you just have an account for the program from the first player to the last, right? Then you have, the 3 or 4 players that's big time.
Yeah.
You put, their account for themselves for extra stuff that you're doing. Like if they do commercial, if they do endorsement thing, then that's their money for them. But everybody on the team from the first to the last person gets a percentage.
Yeah, whatever players are generating the most revenue, and there's a way you can track that, obviously. Whatever players are generating the most revenue, they should be given the most perks, per se. Yeah. They should be given the most money. But I like what they're doing. I believe that it's trying to equal the playing field, so to speak, and not having these kids who are coming from poverty backgrounds an opportunity to make some money while they're still in school. That might encourage them to stay a little bit longer. So I think it's a great thing that they're doing.
And because everybody's not going to make it to the NBA. Yeah. Everybody's not going to make it overseas. There's some guys that play D1. We're saying D1 because that's the most that's on TV and they get the most exposure. So there's guys that play D1 and then go get a regular job. Now for me, I think the money that they generate in college, that can hold them over until they get that contract in the league or overseas, or you go into the working force.
Yeah, kind of
that'll hold them over.
Yeah.
And for the kids now, I think DJ Uga, I'm probably gonna butcher his name right now. Ugalaga.
Oh, I'm not
DJ football, quarterback for Clemson.
Not familiar.
So he went to St. John Bosco. Super great kid, awesome quarterback. So he just signed a deal. I think it was 6 figures, right?
Okay.
Signed a deal. So that right there can help his family.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately. And this will open up a lot of doors for the kids. Now, the next part of that is, are these kids going to keep trying to get to the next level, or are they going to be comfortable in these endorsements and not work as hard? Like, okay, I already got the money.
That's the downside.
That's the downside. But that could be also a motivation thing too.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, I made this amount off endorsements. Now I want to sign that check.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, keep going. I mean, keep doing the workouts, because that's sometimes money is a drug to people.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting, let's just say, go to Humboldt State, my social media popping, I'm getting let's say $5,000 a month. That's a lot for a college kid.
It's a lot for anybody. It's a lot for anybody.
So you got that coming in college, right? There's 2 things you could do. you can get big-headed and be like, oh, I'm here, I made it, and then not work as hard, or you can be like, this is $5,000.
Yeah.
I can make more than this
Mm-hmm.
if I just keep my head on my shoulders, keep working very hard,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make it to the next level, right?
Yeah.
Then there's, okay, I'm making this amount of money, cool, I get hurt.
What happens?
What happens? I never play again,
Yeah.
or my stock just went down on the next level overseas or whatever. But that money that I came from that is helping me.
Yeah, helping bridge the gap.
Yeah, if I don't make it or if I don't ever play again, like I think it was a great idea for these dudes, man, because they should erase every record of every kid that got in trouble for having any kind of money or somebody giving them something, because now it's legal.
Yeah.
And the Fab Five, their stuff got erased for what was it, 5 or 10 years? And I think they just reinducted them or whatever.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you.
They should have just erased that off the panel. But I think it started before that, but the big one was the Fab Five. They're the reason I, to this day, still wear black socks. You know what I'm saying? They had the baggy shorts, the black socks, and a huge influence on people, and they got in trouble for just, being them, and they were, of course, giving money. Let me say this.
Chris?
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens in
Even
college.
with Louisville, I think Louisville a couple years ago,
Yeah.
somebody got in trouble. But
it happens. It's just the point of, is anybody going to know about it?
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff happens that's not supposed to happen, but it depends on who's going to tell when they can't get what they want.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
And here's the thing, per my knowledge, the reason why there was such a rule that was put in place is because naturally, black athletes were superior athletes when it came to the sport of basketball. So way, way, way back in the day, people were paying these guys to come out.
Oh, yeah.
They pay them to come out to their college. Pay for their
Give
room
them
and board.
cars, yep.
Give them whatever they needed in order to keep them there and keep them playing.
Yes,
which
exactly.
in turn generated money for the school because
Exactly.
fans came out. You have a winning program now. You have your next star hotshot.
Yep.
And, so to try to level the playing field, they put rules in place to not allow that. Whether I agree or disagree is not the point. The point is, now we're moving forward in the future to allow individual players in their respective sports to actually capitalize on their skills because everybody else is.
Yeah.
So why not? So I agree. I'm happy about it.
It's a business. It's a business world. So, and you can't negotiate your letter of intent. There's no good negotiations either.
Yeah.
You come to this college or you don't. And some people's like, no, don't pay the kids because you're getting a free education. That free education is not guaranteed after you get out of college.
Yeah.
The only education that's guaranteed for the most part is a certificate into that profession.
Yeah.
Like nursing school, doctor school,
Yeah.
like something specifically for that job.
Yeah.
You get a degree in whatever and not do that job.
Yeah.
And
happens all the time.
that was an argument that I've always gotten to with people about, they're getting a free education, this and that. Like, dude, free education not gonna pay my bills.
Yeah, and here's the thing: it's not free because I'm generating money for you.
Yeah.
Money that I'm not seeing.
And back to the negotiation thing, it's a business world. So you sign something for me, I'm going to give you the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to say
Well, I
I
can
have
get
a
away
company,
with it.
I'm gonna give you the bare minimum. He was like, I need this as an opportunity, but the opportunity is not guaranteed for me to make money after.
Exactly.
But you can't negotiate. But I'm gonna have you sign this paper. But you're gonna make me millions.
Exactly.
But then you can't make anything.
Well
I'm
before.
just giving you education.
Well
which-
before.
yeah. I'm giving you education, but I'm making millions off of you.
So I
That's
don't know
truly
the
unfair.
I don't know the numbers, but let's just throw out numbers. So let's say for 1 year of college, I believe some time ago it was probably about close to 90,000. It might be a little bit more, a little bit less now.
Depending on where you go.
Yeah, depending on where you go. So let's just say 100,000, just to use solid numbers. Let's say it costs.
What kind of college is that?
I'm just saying it's pretty
brother.
expensive. But it's just-
A
it's just-
year?
Yeah.
100,000?
I'm just throwing out a number. It could be less.
You going to Brown and
Okay,
Princeton.
50. Let's throw 50.
Go 50. Go 50.
$50,000
Okay.
per year for a kid to go to college. So let's say this is a top level kid, ESPN ranked top 100. We can take Zion.
Okay.
So it's going to cost him 50 because he's going to be a one and done guy.
Yeah.
So think about this: one and done is going to cost him out of his pocket 50. He gets a scholarship where he don't have to pay the 50, but while he's there, he generates $3 million. $5 million.
There you go.
How did he do it for free? He didn't get a free education.
Exactly. And they're taking advantage. They used to take advantage of these kids. So when every March came around, and I always said, here they go. They're about to make all these millions off these kids. And kids just want to work hard and go to the next level. And for me, it hits home with me because from my personal experience, my jersey got auctioned off for $5,000 in college. I didn't see one penny. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it was me and my teammates, and it was just like, okay, 5,000. I'm an athlete. I'm in like a D2, so we don't, generate that.
Money like that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, dang, it would be nice. Give me 1,000 or give me 500, something like,
a little something like
yeah. So with that, I'm like, okay. And then you see these other athletes. So if mine went for 5,000, how much do you think these other guys are going for?
Yeah.
If these boosters and stuff is giving kids, money and stuff, like how much you think that agents is trying to do with the kids and giving money and stuff like
absolutely.
that. So these kids always have to say no. And then someone went back into probably right back to their hometown, messed up or whatever because they didn't have no money. But now the kids have money. You can get a YouTube and an IG. Those two things alone will generate money if you put up the content.
Yeah.
So you put that up, you can have that for a long time. And I read this thing of, I think he played football for college. I don't know if it was Hawaii or whatever. He got in trouble because of that. But he used that for social media because social media bringing in money.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm in trouble. I can't play anymore. So, but he's still using his IG as an income.
His source of
So
income.
he used that for training and all other stuff. So he went into that. But a lot of kids aren't going to have that mindset.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they have that now.
Yeah.
That the kids can make money.
That's good. Yeah, it's a win for me.
Win.
Win-win.